Welcome
Hey
to our
everyone.
espresso shot. Yay. I could use an espresso shot right
Me
now.
too.
Sick
It's
kids, not cool.
not sleeping well at night, sick kids, the works.
All of it. Today we are going to talk about telling other people about your divorce and expectations around that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's an interesting one, right?
I
'Cause-
think if I could say one thing about it, I would say, I mean, a lot of women have said to me, that they lost friendships or lost things that they were not expecting. So if someone is listening to this, I would say like manage your expectations around these relationships because I don't know, it does change.
I can remember having such a hard time saying it out loud. to
Yeah.
people. But yes, there are some people who will sort of treat almost like your divorce is contagious and
Right. Oh my God, so true.
and just like kind of disappear and not support you and disappoint you.
Right.
And what I would say to you about that is that's more about them than about you.
Yeah, and you know what's really weird? Sometimes they come back around when I think you're so
Yeah.
right about like the mirror, like, or it makes them
Oh,
uncomfortable. And then, a year or two down the road, they're coming to you to because they're
yeah.
getting a divorce.
Yeah, they treat you like you're radioactive, but really what that is um they're seeing you doing something that they don't have the courage to do. Even
Often.
if you weren't the one who initiated it, like
Right,
they don't have the courage to push you know, to push the button on it.
right.
So yeah, and then you're gonna find some people who get out their popcorn and want to know
Mm-hmm. So
details of like
true.
what happened. Did someone cheat? Like,
Right.
and like
Yeah.
most of the time that's not what's going on. And so, you know, I was really careful not to share a lot of details about my separation. And I think my party line was something like, yeah, I just got married too young and
Yeah.
we grew apart.
Right.
And of course there's a lot more to it than that, but that's all people really needed to know.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's not their business. But I think even like what I've noticed, like people will come in and, be really hurt. Especially I've noticed like if it's your ex's like sister who you're really close with,
yeah,
right? Or their mother that you're really close with, and
yeah,
that's just gonna change the dynamic.
totally.
Um, in my experience, um, we kind of we were really close, my mother-in-law and I, and we sort of had to take some distance, but we are like she listens to this podcast. So and we're close again, but it took some
I know it's a
time, some
close
healing for
ex-mother-in-law.
both of us, right? And it is different. It's a different
Yeah.
relationship now, but not bad. But I
Well,
think that happens a lot. Like,
oh yeah.
your ex's sister, sort of feels the family allegiance, right? And has to, even if she knows that he's wrong or an idiot. No. But,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
when a sibling becomes close with, the sister and or brother-in-law,
right.
um,
Or couple friends.
couple
That's
of
the
friends
other
are
one.
tough. Couple of
Hmm.
friends are tough. It's funny, I'm sort of acquainted with a couple who are splitting up and they're really like we become friendly, but um, more through one of my kid like their kid and my kid is
Hmm.
and sort of the mom and I have become better friends and the dad and my ex are kind of friends now. It's kind of interesting. But it is interesting to see how I was really, really careful not to launch a campaign against
Hmm.
my ex. And as tempting as that can be for some of us,
Yeah.
right? Just like, let the chips fall where they want to. If people
Right.
want to stay friends with my ex, then that's fine. If they want to be friends with just me, that's fine too. And
Right.
so
So you
uh,
don't feel like they have to pick a side.
I think it's wrong to make them pick a side, if I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I think that. um, I think that if you try to campaign, it's just going to make you look bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you don't
But I
even.
do, but what about like you feel like it's complicated because you would, I mean, I think especially at the beginning, less so when you're co-parenting like further on, but like you don't want them like running to your ex telling them every single I mean, not that you're doing anything egregious, but so like
Yeah.
I think trust is really challenging in that part.
Yeah, I think it's really important to lean on the people you know are squarely in your corner. And I know this
Right.
can be hard for some people who maybe, um, I think it was Julie who talked about how a lot of the friends were her husband's friends. And so,
Right.
how do you, if you're alienated from your network, like how does that work? That can be really tough.
Really tough because it's already isolating. So then
Yeah.
you're feeling like, oh, now, and I think you feel, especially when you're in it, like that these are real friends, and
Mhm.
then it's a rejection. It hurts, like
Totally.
painful, and you're already going through so much. So that can be
Sure.
really challenging. I
It's
also think on the
yeah,
flip side
yes.
that
That's
your
where I was going.
yeah, your friendships, your real friendships and stuff, like you can so see who your ride or die people are, right?
1000%.
And then,
And you find new ones, like real
yes,
ones,
like our group,
like us.
like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I want to pivot to what about those people who are like, I never liked him anyway.
Yeah, right. So you tell them you're getting divorced, and then they say, oh, I never liked him. I always hated him. And you're like, you never told me this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and on the flip side, it's like, but he was such a nice guy.
Yeah. Either way, right?
Really? Why? Stay together for the kids.
Right.
Oh my
Just-
God.
Yeah. He does the
Yeah, people
dishes.
just remember other people's opinions, like
That's what they are.
that's what they are. They're entitled to them, but you don't have to let it influence your decisions or your feelings about, yourself even.
Hmm.
Oh, so yeah, what is the takeaway from this? I think it's that, people will have a lot of things to say.
People have a lot of things to say, and you just need to know your truth.
Yeah.
I think really too is sort of I think it's helpful for people if you can understand that things are gonna change in your friendships and
Yeah.
maybe ones that you didn't see coming. So just, keeping that in mind when you're telling people.
Yeah.
And people need time to process too. Like maybe you've been contemplating this for a year and they
Hmm.
had no idea. So they may need some
Yeah.
processing time too, which I think is fair.
A lot of times on the outside, your marriage may look like the most solid one people know,
Hmm.
and they don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So, um, it's your story to tell.
Hmm.
Be mindful of what you say because what you put out there is gonna get around.
Yep.
So,
And find your ride or dies, like us. We're your ride
yeah,
or dies.
absolutely. We're right there next to you always.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, thanks for listening.